Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. Today we're going to be talking about where did all the China YouTubers go? We've lost 5 YouTubers from China in the last year, and year and a bit, year-ish type thing. And these YouTubers, some of them are not so famous, and some of them are really famous. But it's more about not just leaving China, but losing your heart for China. The first YouTuber I'd like to talk to you about is Lena from Lenaaround Living in China. She left China about a year ago after getting a brain injury. Well, she's a little bit special because she never lost her heart for China. She left for medical reasons, and I sort of know a little bit about this just for the fact that we left China here about a year and a half ago because of Wei Feng's medical situation, but that's over now, and I'll talk about that later. Moving to China is a big step in a person's life, especially when you're in your younger years, not financially set, got to work for a living. And Lena not only found a life in China, but she enjoyed it, and she thrived in the Chinese world, and it was nice to see that. And I hope that she makes it back to China in the near future. I know that Wei Feng and I are going back here in 9 days. 9 days, yes, countdown. I can hardly wait. Oh man. But Lena is a special person. She sort of left her heart in China, which is a tough one, because when you want to be someplace and you can't, that's one of the worst things that can happen to a person, other than losing their health. I watched Lena in a video here about, I don't know, 5 or 6 days ago. And she was talking about missing her life as it was before, missing her life in China, being healthy and vibrant. Now this girl, when she was doing her videos in China, she was bubbly, healthy, vibrant. This girl was beautiful and smart, and she is still beautiful and smart and vibrant and stuff, but she's got medical problems that she's working through. Lena's been making videos dealing with brain injury over the last year, and I like her spirit, because even though she's been through hell and back again, she still has the gumption to keep making videos, telling about her life. And that's what a true vlog is telling people about your life, about your experience, where you've been, what you've done, what you think, how your life has changed, if it's changed for the better or the worse. I don't know anybody else in the world that would have the internal fortitude to do what Lena's been doing, and keep making these videos. I give her thumbs up, and although she's not in China, I think all of the China vloggers out there, because her heart's still in China, feel that she's still there with us. These stories about China YouTubers vary from tragedy to humor to just financially successful, or building franchises and outgrowing China. Maybe it's outgrowing China for some, or just they don't fit in, and maybe it's funny and don't fit in. Yes, I'm talking about George's from Non-Stop China. George's made 2,800-ish videos over a number of years in China. He's got, I don't know, about 15,000 subscribers. And about 8 months to a year ago, George's got into a tuffle with his employer because, yes, he would always be calling down anti-Chinese. It was this isn't good, or that's not good, and I guess it got to the point where his employer had enough. It was bringing bad vibrations to the school that he was working at. So they just up and fired him. Yes, George's got fired, and he was so pissed off that George's got up, left China about a year ago, and and moved back to France. Yeah, he was so pissed off, he changed the name of his YouTube channel from China Nonstop to Citizen George's. Okay, so yes, 2,800 videos in China. Oh my God. Anyway, so there you go. Let's talk a little bit about Prozzie. Yeah, Prozzie, a Canadian, went to China, hooked up with Sea Milk and Winston, and started making YouTubes. And then he's been going at her for, I don't know, 5 years, give or take a year or two. And he got fed up with China about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and decided that he was going to go teach English in Taiwan instead. He hasn't stopped making videos, as any of the people I'm talking to you about today have kept making videos. But his videos are from Taiwan and not from mainland China. So although he's still in China, and you know how I feel about that, although Prozzie is still in China, that seagull's laughing at me. Although Prozzie is still in China per se, he's not in mainland China. So I'm going to put him in the group of people that have left China over the last year or so. Prozzie seemed to drink a little bit too much. He was sort of like Schleprock off the Flintstones. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong and would go wrong. And after a while, I think that he just got tired of living in China, and he lost his heart for China. Losing your heart for China, as soon as that happens, up and out. And that's the way I've seen it with a lot of people. I've been around China now for 16 years, and I've seen a lot of people come and go. Most of them are enthusiastic when they arrive there, but living in China is a little bit tougher than living in the West. Things aren't so easy. The food is different, the culture is different. It is a bit dirty. It's got its quirks that it takes some time to get used to. I don't think Prozzie was ever able to get used to the real life in China, or maybe he never saw the real life in China. But he's in Taiwan now, and he seems to be doing better, and we hope the best for him. Now we get down to Serpentza and Laoe 86, and I'm going to put these two together because they're in the same place doing the same thing. What they did is they went to China and they built a franchise for themselves. One Serpentza, the other one Laoe 86. Okay, well, then they took everything that they could, picked up and left China. Why? Well, I think they found that bashing China in China was not a very good idea. Sure, they've been doing good. They've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and now they're in Los Angeles, sitting in front of a green screen, talking about China. I can see both Lao 86 and Serpentza channels turning into something like China Uncensored. And why do I say that? Well, when you're in China, you have a frame of mind. You think differently when you're in China because you're in China. I've been in Canada for now 18 months and trying to keep this channel Chinese, and because I know I'm going back 9 days, guys, nine days. I know I'm going back, unlike Lao 86 and Serpentza. I think they've decided that China's not for them. They lost their heart for China, and that happens. And the idea that they're sitting in front of a green screen with Chinese B-roll running in the back, talking about China, sure, they've got experience in China, but things change so quickly in China that it won't be long before what they know about China is obsolete. They're not looking at that, but they built a franchise, so it just they can run off that for a while. I'm sure of that. And hey, their subscriber count is amazingly high, so people do like them. The idea that doing China vlogs from Los Angeles, California, it can only go for so long. The content is going to change. It's going to get shallower. See, when I started doing vlogs in China, it was about the streets of China. It was about the world that I was living in. It was exciting, enjoyable. It was interesting. The foods, the people, the places that we went to were amazing. You know, not just in Nanning City, but in places like Bobai and Yulin and Beihai and Guilin and you name it, Beijing to Shanghai. All of these places in China are interesting, and they have something new and exciting about each and every one of these places. I don't think that you're able to keep that excitement going on a YouTube channel if you're not there, a part of the community, a part of the world that you're talking about. Sooner or later, that channel's going to turn, sort of like mine did. Mark M made a comment on a video I did recently, and yes, Mark, he called my channel turning into the boogeyman. Yes, I understand, and I hear you 100%. You're not going to see videos like that from me anymore. You're going to see down-to-earth, real videos about China, from China, in 9 days. Did I say that before? Yes. Some people enjoy China. Some people enjoy the life of China, the excitement. Their heart is in China. The world is their oyster. Lena from Lenaaround China is one of those people. Yours truly, Gweilo 60, yes, me, is another person. I would rather be in China than anywhere else in the world. Why? Because I just like it there. It's one of those things that I've traveled all over the world, and China is that place that just sort of caught me, and once it catches you, it's very hard for it to let you go. If your heart is never in China, if you see the small quirks and the things that piss off most Westerners, well then you'll never be happy there. Georges wasn't happy there. Prozzie wasn't happy there. Lao 86 wasn't happy there, and Serpentza wasn't happy there. They all say, "Oh, I love China. I like China," but this is wrong and that's wrong, and you can't really do that and call something down that you like. You're basically saying you like China because you want the people on the other end of the video that are watching, yes, you people out there, to think that you like China. Well, if they like China, they'd still be living there, doing their thing in China, for China, about China, and living the Chinese experience. Living in China changes you. It makes you think differently. You see different things, and those differences come out in your videos, or they come out in my videos. I watched some of my old videos the other day, and I watched some of my newer ones when I was in Canada. The older ones are way better, like way better. There was adventure, there was excitement, there was interest in my voice when I was doing the videos. I see the same thing with Serpentza, and I see the same thing with Lao 86. When they're making videos and they're not in China, that excitement's gone, that adventure's gone. The idea of being someplace else and doing a video about China just doesn't, in my mind, work. And in my experience, it's taken away from my channel, and I've seen that it's harder for my channel gaining subscribers and views and comments since I've been in Canada. When I was in China, it was a free-for-all. My videos did very well for a newbie. You know, I was only doing videos in China for a short time before we had to come back to Canada. And some of the videos that I did in China, I watch, and I enjoy watching them myself. So I must have been doing better than now, because the videos that I'm been making lately, no, they haven't sparked my interest. They're not adventurous. They're not interesting or exciting, and I know that, and that's going to change really shortly. 9 days, guys. Did I say that already? 9 days? We're going to be back in China in 9 days. What's happening in 9 days, Gweilo? Well, I'll be back in China in 9 days. And there's another video from Gweilo 60. This video was talking about the people that have left China, lost their heart in China, all except for you, Lena. We know your heart is still here in China, and we wish and pray that you get well and come back to China and pick up your old life and be happy, healthy, and safe. And to the rest of you guys, well, you've used China, you've taken what you can, and you've moved on, and we understand that. That happens to a lot of foreigners in China, where they come, they do their thing, and then they leave. Some of you will never have a heart for China, never have had a heart for China, but some of us that do have a heart for China will be back in China, and that's what we do. We love China. We will... Did I say China? Yeah. And that's another video from Gweilo 60. As always, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button, and don't forget... Oh, did I say subscribe? Don't forget to subscribe. I'll be back in China in 9 days, and looking forward to making Chinese videos in China, excitement, adventure, all of those things that go along with making actual videos with the boots on the ground in China. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye now.